Now, why do we need to worry about global warming? Is it really such a bad thing? Well, the short answer is yes. Long answer? Yes. You see, hurricanes become more powerful, as do dust storms. Wildfires become more frequent, droughts increase in length and severity, sea levels rise, leading to coastal flooding, and extreme heat waves can kill thousands. It's true, okay? I'm from Montana. It used to be fall, winter, frickin' spring and summer, and now it's fall, kind of winter. It's more like fall to spring, and everything's on fucking fire.
Yeah, that guy makes me laugh. It's like pretty dark topic, but that's funny. The whole thing about everything being on fucking fire. It was funny. Because that's what it feels like in late August. It's like, whoa, this is the difference than summer. It's apocalypse. Sometimes the sky turns orange around here. And stuff like that. It's really scary. But we seem to bumble through. And I found this cool thing on what's called cloud brightening. It's right cool. So
Dr. Alan Gadian is one of the most prominent British meteorologists. He says the world is heading for disaster unless something is done urgently.
The biggest change that people are ignoring is that Arctic polar ice will go in September in the next 5 to 10 years. There's no question. The politicians say, oh, no, it's 50 years away, but it's not. It's getting thinner and thinner. This warming will accelerate unless something is done soon.
First, don't stop reducing greenhouse gases. And second, use marine cloud brightening as a stopgap to buy time.
Marine cloud brightening is a natural phenomena. You make a few more droplets of a slightly smaller size and the same amount of water in them, then what happens is they reflect more sunlight.
The so-called MCB approach seems to be a relatively harmless geoengineering solution. It's not about spraying chemicals, but about spraying seawater.
The advantage of marine cloud brightening is that it's a natural process and we can switch it off and it has no long-term detriments. And that's why we want to do an experiment. We want to show that this is a method of actually temporarily keeping the planet cool. Although it's not a long-term solution and no one should think it's a solution, then perhaps we have to consider doing something to stop this potential catastrophe that's going to occur.
Marine cloud brightening was originally suggested and researched by climatologist John Latham. Stephen Salter, an emeritus professor of engineering design, proposed this could be done by a fleet of 1,900 unmanned ships. Physicist and inventor Armand Neukermans is now trying to upscale MCB to experimental testing in the USA.
I would like you and the people watching here to say, look, I'm pushing geoengineering because it is a major, major problem. David King says this is the biggest crisis facing mankind.
yeah, but what are we going to do about it? Oh yeah, we're going to brighten the cloud. I wonder if that works. Well, it's kind of down my alley, like desalinization. Like if sea levels are rising, using seawater is almost a good thing to do. And in this case, we're dealing with clouds that can keep out the heat. But I'm always talking about rainwater, fresh water from seawater. I don't know. Well, this is very 2016. And very fashionable and kind of stopped. I think people got annoyed about the idea.
Global warming is a serious problem. Let me put my glasses back on so I can read the rest of this. If we don't act right now, we might not have a planet to pass down to our grandkids. But you don't have to be Captain Planet to save the Earth. Yes, I just dated myself with a Captain Planet reference. I don't care though, cause he's awesome. Let's do this! This is Epic How To. Stop global warming. Global warming is the gradual heating of the Earth's surface, oceans, and atmosphere. How does this happen? Basically, the Earth's surface is constantly absorbing the sun's energy. Some of that energy is then trapped by greenhouse gases, such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide in the Earth's atmosphere, raising the global temperature. Nearly 3/4 of all these greenhouse gases got into the atmosphere because of human beings burning fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are non-renewable natural resources that formed millions of years ago when the remains of prehistoric plants and animals were gradually buried under layers of rock. We currently burn these fossil fuels to heat homes, run motor vehicles, power industrial and manufacturing plants, and generate electricity, which fills the air with carbon dioxide in the process. Around 84% of the US's total energy use comes from the burning of fossil fuels. You're desecrating those dinosaur remains, y'all. Another major greenhouse gas is methane, which comes from landfills, decomposition, and is a byproduct of digestion. So why don't you stop farting? It's gross, and you're destroying the planet.
I've talked in the past about cascading feedbacks. With abrupt climate change, it's like you go in this linear fashion and then suddenly you go in a non-linear fashion and everything kind of accelerates until you reach a new state. So with cascading feedbacks, it's feedbacks building upon feedbacks, like loss of sea ice, loss of snow cover. Methane is a huge sort of unknown. Mainstream science seems to take the view that methane isn't going to be a problem, but when we go to a completely ice-free Arctic and the temperature skyrockets upward and accelerates, the oceans are warming, the air is warming, the risk of a huge methane burst in the Arctic is increasing significantly.